Hey guys, it's JinxedSimmer coming at you from my computer, and this is the big furnishing portion of my current. Not okay. Wait. I knew what I wanted to say. I swear I did. Of my Manic Mom speed build, I've decided to make it a whole house instead of just a little room build series that I was thinking of doing. I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make the whole freaking house instead of you know, making little pieces of it. Like, let me just make a whole freaking house. And it took me 3 days to make this build. I am not a builder. I am not a builder at all in any way, shape, or form. This is my first try at a traditional home in The Sims 4. And yeah, because the other house that I made was a bit more industrial themed. And this, it's hella traditional. Um, It's awesome though. I can't even. I'm surprised that I thought of it. I look at it and I'm like, how did I get all that stuff in there? How did I think of this stuff? How did I do this? Wait a second. I have to go back and have to think about it because it was. There are certain parts of this place where I'm like, oh, wow, I can't even believe I came up with that. And here I am placing the lights everywhere that they need to be and whatnot, because that's what you do. And you kind of need to see to furnish a house. Furnishing is my favorite part of building. I feel like building, I have a long way to go, but I do like furnishing and I like trying different ways, I guess, of furnishing things because initially I was going to put the kitchen right there and I was gonna do, a little dining room. But then I was like, you know what? That little spot over there is a little too small for a living room for them. So, mind you, I had not even made the freaking. Completely changed this kitchen up. It is so different later on, and I'm like, wait, why don't I use the freaking uh, what do we call it? That came with the cabinets that came with what is it? What's the name of that stuff pack? It's either a stuff pack or a game pack, but the family one, the family one. Uh, yeah, I decided to use that. I was like, wait, why have I never used those cabinets ever? And I've meant to so many times, but I never had a family that I thought would fit them. I always tend to go for more of a modern look because that's what I personally like. But at the same time, my family has to have a different personality from me, of course. So, and I was gonna do the whole, big kitchen, whatnot type deal because I felt like this was a nice space for a kitchen, but having a dining room in here was gonna be hard. And so, see, this is where I switch out those for the other stuff pack ones. I really can't think of the name of it. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but those cabinets. I switched to those cabinets. I love those cabinets in the kitchen. I feel like they work. The fact that they're, I guess, white and then they have the black top, so because it's more of people got kids and kids make everything so dirty. No matter how often you clean things, they just never stay clean. I was gonna put, curtains, but curtains weren't happening because I wasn't having curtains go through the stove. Um, I didn't realize this till so I had already put it in, but I put it right, I put the stove slightly in front of a window, which trips me out because normally I would never do that. I did a lot of things I normally wouldn't do in this build, and I gotta say, it was one of the best decisions I ever made when building this house. It was really cool. I am so wondering why I have this big pause right there. Okay, that's probably from when I was leaving because I left so many times while building this because I did not furnish this all in one sitting. Like I said, it took me 3 days. It took me 3 days to build this whole thing. And in those 3 days, I had a lot of time to think about it. Honestly, like when I was working, when I was doing other things, I was still thinking about this build, going, what kind of stuff do I want to put in this? Can I make this better? Can I do this better? And all these kinds of things. I felt like this living room was perfect. This living room was huge and spacious, so I could make it as clutter filled as I wanted to, but at the same time, it wasn't going to be too much. And I debated on whether I wanted an L-shaped couch or like 2 or 3 couches and all that kind of stuff. I thought about having the fireplace right there, but I ended up taking it out completely because it just doesn't really make sense because she has a toddler and you don't want your toddler toddling into the freaking fireplace. So I eventually get to the point where I just take it out completely. And it's a pretty good idea what I replace it with because I go back before I'm even done building this house, I completely forgot that Laundry Day had came out. And I don't even think I have Laundry Day until I get to probably the second video where I'm furnishing everything and then I go in and I finish off the living room and I put the Laundry Day stuff in there. Oh wait, isn't that from Laundry Day stuff? I think I do have it in here right now. I just didn't think to use any of it until I was mostly done with the living room, and then yeah, because that's from Laundry Day. Okay, yeah, I do have a lot of. I didn't think to put a laundry room in the whole place is what it was. I didn't think to put a laundry room in here, and then by the time that I did, I had to go back. See, this is me going back and I'm fixing things and I'm moving things around so that there is still cabinet space for her to actually cook because she has so many freaking appliances. And yeah, it's funny. It's real funny. I forgot I was doing it. I forgot I did it in this video, but yeah. Yeah, it had just came out. So I started just plopping stuff in there because I was like, oh crap, I completely forgot a space to do laundry. And thinking about how this mom works, it would be easier to have a you saw me put the little Roomba in there and the washer, but I left out a dryer because she is gonna hang the clothes outside to dry. Because, she's a mom that really can't afford a dryer right now. And I mean, I want to say, she has how many kids? One, two, three, 4 kids. She has 4 kids. And they all live with her. Like no one goes and lives with their dad or anything like that. That was something I was like, she probably wouldn't want to happen because she is a huge, perfectionist and she's a manic mom. So she is a great mom and I feel like the dad wouldn't want to take any of that away from her. And he knows how close she is with each of her kids and how basically I wanted her to have a purpose and for her in her, being a mom type of thing. At first, I was gonna do 4 backpacks, but then I was like, no, one of the backpacks is gonna be thrown somewhere in the room. So I took out the backpack that was one of the backpacks. I take it out later. Um, that one of them probably keeps their backpack in their room because they're super neat or what have you. And see, there's my laptop making noise again. Stop it. Um, but yeah, my oh my god, I'm so excited about this house. I love it so much. Um, yeah, I ultimately decided that I didn't want the dad to have taken any of the kids because I feel like he wouldn't feel right, you know, it's not that he up and decided to leave so much as they both ultimately decided that they didn't want to be in their relationship anymore. I felt like it was more of a, it's for her, it feels like more of a slap in the face, but to him, it's more of that they just, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that's me for remembering that my computer needs to charge and putting the cord in. It's probably why I have so many stops. That and, potty breaks and whatnot. Oh, sorry, excuse me, had to burp. I thought of this because it was so cute that she has, the little baby shoes of her three older kids. And I don't know, I was thinking maybe with the last one she just didn't have time, or maybe she has his in his room. And at first I was gonna do two boys. I think I was either gonna do two boys or two girls, but I decided that the like so-called twins wouldn't be a thing anymore. I decided that one was definitely gonna be older than the other, but it's gonna be a slight difference, very very slight. And meanwhile, with their room, I decided to go ahead and do something a little different because initially it was gonna be two boys, but I switched it and one's a girl, one's a boy because I saw the beds and I was like, you know what? This bed kind of is super cute. I want to use this bed. I've never used those beds before. Mostly because whenever I have kids, I normally use something white for their room for whatever reason. I never use bright colors or anything, which is probably kind of really sad when you think about it, but very true. Um, See how the backpack looks strewn across the floor, which is why I take the backpack from from that little shelf where all the backpacks are on. And I think I end up taking that out completely so that I can put something else right there. Um, just because it works for me. I was very nervous about doing this voiceover for so long because it's 20 minutes of me just jabbering on about nothing. And I actually have a create a sim with all the whole family where I made the whole family. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna make the whole family. I made the husband, I made the mom, I made, the kids. There's so many kids. And her relationship with her kids is what matters the most for her. She wants her kids to prosper above anything else and for them to cherish family the way she cherishes family. And, you know, in that super traditional sort of way of thinking, you would think, oh, well, she didn't cherish her family enough to, stay with her husband. It's like, no, you wouldn't. I don't know. I feel a certain type of way about that. You wouldn't be unhappy in a relationship with someone who didn't want to be in a relationship with you. You wouldn't do that to yourself. And in those instances, I see a lot where the kids notice. They're like, you know what? My mom, my dad isn't happy in the relationship that they're in right now. So I feel bad for them because, they felt like that I needed both of them in that way, but it was like they're no longer, it's not that they don't feel that way about each other, but they just grew apart. I felt like this couple was definitely one of those couples where they initially got together and it was everything, and they got married really 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 young, and I mean like really young, which is why their daughter's a teenager, but they're both still young adults. So maybe I don't think it was that, they got pregnant early or anything, but they immediately wanted to start a family. They felt like that family life was exactly what they wanted, and of course it was for them. But overall, in the end, they got to the point where they were like, you know what, we've grown apart. We're completely different people now. And I initially was gonna make it really dramatic, but I was like, you know what? It's so simple, but it's more, I guess, honest than saying, oh, well, he cheated and da da da, or she cheated and all this stuff. And I was just like, you know what? Let's calm that down for a second because I always feel like I do that, so I can't. I have to find some other kind of way for a same family or whatever to break up. So I did. I felt like that was the most realistic, very true to yourself kind of thing. And I was gonna do a whole full on patio, but then I ultimately decided that she wouldn't have enough money for a patio. Like she just went through a divorce. She doesn't have a ton of money right now. And did I really put toilets on both sides? No, I don't put a toilet on the other side. I move it over. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not crazy. Just checking. had to make sure. But yeah. Um yeah, I was thinking that with this house, it's ultimately not gone to crap, but just has become a little less neat because she just doesn't have time to clean her house and to be everywhere and be everything, but because she has to be this support and this love for her kids. And that's the only thing that she wants to really instill in her kids is that their family is the only thing that they have that they can really depend on is each other because that's I don't want to say that's exactly the way she grew up. I feel like it's not, but because she didn't grow up that way, she always wanted that, you know? And I was gonna have them go through the whole stress of like being pregnant and whatnot and going through her divorce, but then I was like, you know what? No, too much stress on her. Let's do a little less. So I decided to not have her be pregnant and go ahead and just have him be a toddler. Her youngest is a toddler. And at first, I felt like they could have tried to stay together for the sake of their kids, but neither one of them were very happy with each other and anymore. And not to say that they don't love each other now, but it's just it became a different kind of love, you know, where I can respect you, I can love you, but I don't, feel romantically how I used to feel is basically how that is supposed to be. Um, I always do that. I always see things later on and I pop them in somewhere else because it just makes so much sense. And I have a lot of custom content, like toddler beds, because the last time I really, really played my game was when toddlers first came out. And so I have quite a few toddler beds. I took out a lot of things as well because they stopped working. And I'm gonna eventually get to the point where I start to fix my own CC, but not make my own CC, but fix the CC that I do have in my game eventually. But it's on my to-do list of things that I have to do, but not there yet, and that's okay. Um, I had to revamp my whole channel, and I'm glad I did because I love my logo now. I love how I do my thumbnails. They're so much fun for me to make now. I can't even laugh. I have the most fun making my thumbnails. Making the thumbnail for this house is probably going to be hard though because I haven't taken a ton of pictures of the house and I haven't gone ahead and I haven't really posted anything about the house at all. And so, at least not on my Tumblr or anything. But I felt like she would be that mom with that little chart right there. It would just, because it would make her life a little bit easier. And for her family, of course, because they'd be that family that they ran on a schedule just a little bit, you know? I feel like the toddler, for him to have his room inside his mom's room, is heaven for him. He is probably really independent, but at the same time, very he's a he's a really good kid. And he would like nothing more than to see his mommy be happy. Of course, like all the kids. But at the same time, he wants what he wants. And for him, he was insanely close. He's a big mommy's boy. That's what it is. He's a big mommy's boy. And he just can't stand the fact that he has all these freaking siblings to share his mom with. And it's so funny because he's such a little, he's so cute. I can't deal. They're all very cute. I was aching. I mean, aching about this window and whether I wanted it to be in this house or not. But I was like, I can't not have a window right there. It's just too much open space and I can't deal with it. And I tried to make it better with foliage and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, no, it just looks weird and like a giant box and I don't like it. So I end up taking it all out and I throw a window right there and I make it work because I needed that window right there. It just, the whole house just seemed a little closed off without the window right there. I end up adding the window. It's so necessary, believe me. I try and add everything else. I put a bench. I do all kinds of things. And nothing works but the window. So, the window it is. I try to put a bench there. I try to be cute and put like little stuff and hang stuff, but nope, didn't work out. Um, the window happens. The window takes me a bit, but it happens. And I really took my time at this place and I'm super excited about it because I'm going to try and do the whole, what's it called? It's called rotating households. For current households, I'm going to start rotating them, which means you play either for a certain amount of time or what have you, you play a certain household. Because I play so fast and I tend to go through my Sims lives really, really, really quick, I tried playing that one uh, family that I remade, that I redid their apartment. I forgot what I called it. I really did. I forgot what I called it. When I did Kiko and Akira's apartment, when I remade that and I gave him an older brother. I gave him a younger brother. Yeah, I gave him a younger brother, and his younger brother's room is the one that's downstairs. And him and Kiko's are upstairs with their, daughter. This, yeah, but I'm gonna try and play that way for a while. Maybe I'll update you guys on how that goes because, oh my gosh, it is such a stress to do this all. And I just saved the game, and I'm all done now. I'm super excited to be done with the whole place. I love it, and it's awesome. And I liked building it. I was super excited to, super happy that I finally built it, and I'm done now. And I just have a little place to play in, and I'll update you guys in a current household maybe, tell you how the rotating goes and all that kind of stuff. Because yeah, but I'll talk to you more about that in a current household. And I named it Above It All because that was the mom's saying that she says to her kids all the time is what I wanted it to be. So I guess I'll go ahead and start the screenshots and I'll go ahead and see you guys next time on my computer. Bye.